Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we're trying to get rid of our regent here, and we've got a pretty good chance of doing it here pretty soon. So that is the dream. We'll see if we're able to get rid of him. For now, of course, we're working on investing in our buildings, and that will all be completed very soon. But our regent is absolutely costing us a lot of money right now. We may actually want to consider granting this out to someone temporarily. He just rejected our mandate again. But yeah, look at that. We're gaining 30 more gold by doing that. So we'll grant this one out temporarily. We'll take it back later, but this will do for now. We do need to get more constructions underway, of course, and that is going fairly well for us. We're getting pretty close to getting these ready to go. So that all seems fine for the moment. We want to be constructing everywhere we possibly can. Hello, extort subjects. What do we got here? They even live by my mercy alone. Excellent. So we're going to put that money immediately into whatever we can. So this would be the cheapest by far here. We'll go ahead and do that. In our capital, 746, 1143, or 1143. We're getting very close to getting our capital maxed out here, although we could certainly use more windmill upgrades here. For now, I'm just going to put in the tax offices, as that's the cheapest option. And then up here in Calicut, we're very interested in getting... Oh, we can sell trivial titles, too. Done. So then we're very interested in getting the upgrade to our windmills done here in Calicut. That'll be perfect. And the second half of this is... Okay, this guy's just being a jerk. Unfortunate. And over in Mahal, we're going to upgrade our windmills here as well. So that's a significant amount of the remaining expenditure in these locations completed. We just finished our rotating wind sails in Madurai. So that means we want another upgrade here, and it's going to be basically whatever the cheapest is, right? And we just finished up in Kenanur as well. So that is absolutely a-okay. Trip hammers have been constructed in Kolum. So that's understood. We're done in Kolum as well. So that's fine. We're going to build, again, whatever's cheapest here. These are all 525, so we'll go for farms and fields. Excellent. So now we've got 2 castles that are not currently constructing, and these are getting increasingly expensive to construct in, of course. Up here in Cananor, I do want to get an upgrade going, and this is going to be literally whatever is cheapest, which I think is absolutely string storages. That's still going to be pretty expensive. Over here, the cheapest upgrade is very expensive. So we're going to be going in Cananor next, and that will be our workshop upgrade. So we're about 2 months away from being ready to get that done. Excellent. So our overall troop count isn't very high right now, and we're not very strong militarily, but our economy is extraordinarily strong. We just finished horizontal windmills in Calicut, so idling buildings, understood. These are getting extraordinarily expensive to build in, and that's not surprising. We'll get a workshop building going there for now. And why did we drop down to 132? We appear to have lost 20 gold per month at some point. I'm not entirely sure why that is. This might be something that our... I don't want to pay this guy. These are his feudal taxes. We'll take the loyalty. It's fine. Oh, it's because we're above our domain limit again. Why did our domain limit go back down? It's probably still this guy. Let's end his entrenched regency. We've now got an 84% chance of acceptance here. War was declared on our liege. I don't care about this. Okay. Our regent is no longer our regent. So that is good. And our wife here is managing domain. We're at 8 of 7 right now. Did we get a bad trait here that is lowering our stewardship? No. Why is our stewardship so low then? I mean, this guy is not very good at the job. Do we have a better steward? Actually, we do. We'll put this guy in, but that's not actually going to change anything exactly. I'm thinking the problem is that our wife got a bad trait or something. I think she used to be at a higher stewardship level than this. We could try to find another wife here and see if there's... Well, we would lose legitimacy here. She's unfortunately lowborn. So that's not really a good option. In that case, we could grant one of these out, but that's not a good option either. We have bad options here, because both of these are being used for men-at-arms. These are all county capitals, and if we granted them out, we can't just retract them. So that's a significant problem for us, for sure. Why is our domain limit dropped by 2 at this point? That's an interesting question, for sure. We could just try to start moving up in the titles at this point. That is an option. By moving to king, this would definitely be a potential thing that we could do. We could do an independence war, but I think our best bet here would actually be to claim the kingdom. So if we did this, we would need to have 10 required counties. So that would mean we'd have to go against our liege, which he's currently vastly superior to us in strength. But we could claim, like, these 2 counties right over here. Or we could claim these up over here, which is probably easier for us. Okay. Let's start fabricating the claim out over this direction. And what I'm going to do now is we're going to put a halt to investing in our economy at this moment. Expansion is necessary. That is the determination that has been made at this time. That means that all of this money that we're making is immediately going to be going into our men-at-arms. And we're going to be able to bulk up the size of our men-at-arms quite rapidly with this amount of income that we've got. So we'll bump this up only by 1 for the moment, but this is going to be a very significant power gain for us. And we're going to be able to get even more of a power gain out of it as well. So farmsteads have been built in Madurai. That's understood. Okay. So we're able to make a couple of these crossbowmen regiments per month, something like that. Or actually, the whole thing is a regiment. We can just increase the size of the regiments. So that's exactly what we're going to work on doing. We are still above our domain limit, and I don't think there's very much we can do about it. It just is what it is at this moment. We did just get a new stewardship lifestyle perk, and that will help us long term. Not immediately, but once we get down to divided attention, we've got that domain limit +2 down there. But at that point, this guy, he's going to be pretty old, and that's not going to be a long-term solution. So we'll make our way down there, but for the moment, I think we need to be thinking about expansion now. We have reached the point where expansion is quite necessary. So we're going to do exactly that. We've got a long ways to go, of course, on getting our men-at-arms up to scratch, but we'll get there pretty quickly. We're already over half done with our crossbowmen. Our pikemen are done, so this is fine. We can also be checking in on these locations and specifically building buildings that we've skipped previously. Buildings that improve the stats. And that's going to be the goal at this point. We are focusing now entirely on military. So down over this direction, that means things like building stables in Mahal. We already built a barracks over here in Korkai, and we're going to continue building things like this. So that means that money can be put in here. It can be put into our men-at-arms. And for the moment, I'm going to put this money into our actual constructions here. This does mean still upgrading things like our workshops. That's still important. We no longer care about this way. It's irrelevant. So that's fine. We do want to get a construction going on this barracks. So that seems fine. You can see just how quickly we're ramping up our military at this moment. We'll take a free marshal point. Sounds great. And we're going to have this claim on this county very shortly. So I'm going to save up money for a little bit here. I'm not going to spend this immediately. And yep, see this done. So next, we're going to make a claim right up over here. Excellent. And this money is going to go into Korkai for the moment. We've got 4 buildings here that we'd love to build. We'd also like to upgrade these castles. And some of these, I think, are going to need castle upgrades eventually. But not yet. So that sounds fine. Now this out over here is our elephants. And the only thing that actually buffs up our elephants here is blacksmiths and overseer's offices. Both of these are extremely expensive. We can't build this without getting further technology, so this would be the highest point that we can get there. So the question now becomes, when is the next time that we can sell trivial titles and extort subjects? 1241 is the answer. So they're sieging out over here. We don't care about this. This is fine. Our liege is losing their war. It's completely and totally irrelevant to us. So we do want to build over here in Korkai, and this is absolutely going to be wind furnaces that we're going to put in there. Keep in mind, wind furnaces, yeah, they're fantastic economic upgrades, but they also upgrade our station men-at-arms very significantly. So we're putting our gold right now into our men-at-arms upgrades, and then spare gold I'm going to put into our men-at-arms. Economic upgrades are being dropped in priority for now, because expansion is now viewed as absolutely necessary. Okay, so with that in mind, we do have, actually, we also need the wind furnaces here. So we need quite a lot of buildings over here to max out our war elephants. This is all going to cost a lot of money to get that all done, and that is absolutely understood. Up in Calicut, our next upgrade is likely, we can't get this one. Okay, it's likely going to be, we can't get that either. We can get this, but that doesn't help us. Blacksmiths we can upgrade up over here. So I'm not interested in upgrades currently anywhere where we don't have men-at-arms stationed, right? Down here in Mahal, we definitely do want to bump up these barracks, and that can go up to here, and then this is going to require a castle upgrade. Okay, we are going to want to get all of our castles up to level 3 sooner rather than later. So we shall do that. Now we're 52 right now, and we're going to have primogeniture in 7 years. Okay, that's noted. Okay, so this claim up here has now been fabricated. And what I want to do right now is I want to take a look at this guy. If we declare war internally here on this claim, we can't do this because our liege is already fighting against this guy. He is rebelling. Okay. So we'll hold off for the moment. This war needs to end first. That's fine. And yes, they have occupied these areas, and that's understood. So down this direction, I want to get a wind furnace upgrade. We'll boost up our pikemen for the time being. And in Madurai, of course, the only upgrade that we're really interested in here is Tunneler's Guild, which is not currently available for a little bit of time. We need some gold for that. So that is understood. Okay, we have a new liege. Our former liege abdicated. That means that we can now start work up over here. Okay, this guy's not independent, but this guy actually joined here. Interesting. We can actually win that. We're going to do that now while we can. We don't want him to gain a bunch of power, so we're going to raise up all of our forces right up over here. And we're going to go right on in. Enemy ally joined the war, which we did expect, I think. I think we expected that. And we're going to get an upgrade on this Tunneler's Guild very shortly. There we go. So that's underway. This siege is progressing. Slowly, but it's progressing. We should probably think about boosting the size of our trebuchets, to be honest. So we'll get that started. That'll be okay. Kongu is under siege down over here. Noted. So they're kind of split up right now, and I kind of want to do something about that. How much do we need here? 847. So I'm going to leave these guys here, like so, and we are going to see if we can just sneak our way up here and attack him before he's done raising. Okay, we're going to take a lot of attrition by going this direction. I don't like this. He is running away substantially, and I think we gotta chill. Okay. So this siege is progressing. We get a new stewardship perk. We're gonna take organized muster rolls. That'll be fine. And we're going to continue to work on boosting up our trebuchets. Now, these are not recovering while we're in this hostile siege. That's understood. I'm going to move these guys back. The attrition sucks. I don't want to be taking it, but he managed to run away, which was unfortunate for us. So he's probably going to try to come down and join these guys down here. We're just going to return back, and we're going to wrap up this siege. Then we're going to loop around, and we're going to look to fight down here. We'll have ticking war score, so this is all fine for the moment. And we'll recover our forces on the way through here. So that'll be fine. We'll boost up our crossbowmen for now. Okay, so this is now going to fall very shortly. There we go. So if we come down here, that's the fastest route. We're leaving this open, and he might try to come over and siege this. He's heading north. Is he in another war? Oh, he is. Okay. That's very awkward. That is very, very awkward. This guy has declared war on him as well. We can't really fight this guy at this moment. So that's understood. We need a new steward, and it's going to be this guy. We'd like to not fight him, ideally. And we're just going to cruise through over here and try to take back Kongu is going to be the plan. Unfortunately, it seems like he has decided to fight us. We're going to lose this fight because of sheer numbers. And he really didn't have to do this. He's just being rude. We're going to retreat. That's fine. And we'll make our way around. Apparently, we're retreating to Colum. I tried to retreat to here, but it's good enough. We'll recover, and this guy is going to charge up over this way. This is pretty free at this point. This guy is going to keep them busy. So that seems fine. As long as we retain control here, the war is free. Okay. We're going to head over to Kongu. This has gotten very awkward, no doubt about it, but it's okay. I do see that this guy has quite a lot of forces now, and this is why we declared when we did. It was very bad timing when this guy decided to come through, and I was hoping that this connection was connecting here. It's obviously not, but I thought it was, and okay. My own fault. That's okay. We will recover all of this. We've got a fair amount of gold on hand, so we will continue to bump up our crossbowmen and our trebuchets. Those are now maxed. And next up, we're probably going to go with our armored footmen. So what we need to do at this moment is we need to finish off this siege, which is going to put us substantially in the lead in this war. Very substantially. Then, what we need to do is we need to come up over here and ensure that we retain control here. But I'm going to stay in our territory for now so that we can continue to reinforce our troops. So we're going to bump up our armored footmen here. And this siege is absolutely fine. So he's kind of providing pressure over here right now. This is awkward. But he's providing pressure over here right now that is actually quite good for us. Ooh, we can extort subjects. Now, where are my loyal subjects? So we are going to get county extorted and 900 gold. So that money is immediately going to be put towards upgrading our armored footman sizes. So our armored footmen are now maxed, and we're going to need a lot of money to max out our war elephants and our armored horsemen. Each of these is going to be 200 gold, and each of these is going to be 400 gold. So that's absolutely understood. If this guy's... He's sailing around. If he comes here, that would be good for us. Where's he going? Okay, he is not participating in our war. Gotcha. That's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. So we're just going to chill here for right now and keep supplying up our troops. So I want to have more people in our armored horsemen at this moment. We'll get that bumped up by 2. And he is continuing to siege right here, which is absolutely fine. It looks like he's thinking about coming in and attacking our location, which we cannot allow. We would be defending in the mountains here with a level 7 fort with very high quality troops that are roughly half. No, you can't do this. You're not allowed. Stop it. Get out of here. That's what I thought. Not allowed to do this. They are absolutely not allowed. So we lost our marshal in that battle. That's okay. We'll put this guy in. He's in poor health. We'll probably have to replace him soon. But that got us a lot of prestige fighting those 2 battles. And that also allows us to sell our trivial titles, which we are delighted to do. And that money is going to go into the Armored Horsemen. We'll see what our second half of that looks like. A true and loyal vassal. And now we're going to max out our Armored Horsemen and get an additional unit of War Elephant. Perfect. There's a holding that this guy occupied down over here. That's very rude. I guess we'll make our way down. If we can catch him and fight him, that's a very big deal. We have ticking war score on our side, and this is going to keep ticking forever. So as long as we hold this, we win the war eventually. Eventually. So we're going to push on down here, and hopefully we get here in time to catch this guy. Unfortunately, this guy is going to catch him, it would appear. And we'd really rather he didn't. This guy is really annoying me. A lot. I'm not sure who's winning that, to be honest. Unfortunately, we're locked into this. We're not actually fighting. Okay. So at this point, this guy lost it, which is sad. We would have preferred that he win, but here we are. So he's going to be retreating back to the north. We're going to take out this guy. That's going to get us a bunch of prestige, which we're delighted by, and we're going to cap this back. Should not take us very long to do so. Indeed. And this is a problem. Okay, we need to come up over here. What a bunch of jerks. So we at this point need to grab Popular Figurehead, which we will do, and we will continue to put money into our War Elephants. So up we go. We're going to pass through here and take a bunch of attrition. We have a new opponent in our war. Okay, so one of these wars is over at this point. There's also a plague. It is a major plague, and wait, yeah, a major plague right out over here. Well, that's unfortunate. We're going to enter seclusion, which is going to cost us legitimacy, but we're going to do it regardless. And up we come. So this war is over, and that means that this guy is running straight at this location. We got the measles, so I guess the seclusion didn't matter. Okay. Well, we will try to survive this. This has been very awkward. No doubt about it. We're on our way over, and this is actually potentially awkward for us. But he's a little split up here. This is not an ideal place to fight this. We did just discover plate armor. And we just inherited a Dama down over here. We need to not have that. Okay, so we're losing this battle right now, and we're going to back off here. And we're going to put this money into more War Elephants. We wanted to fight them here, not here. Oh, that's a terrible retreat. Okay, we're retreating a really, really long ways away. We no longer have measles. Did that just say we gained blind? No, I don't think so. Okay. So this retreat is absolutely awful. I really don't like this retreat. Because this is a really long ways away, and we need to get turned around here. Okay, so over we go. We're going to try to make our way back in here. Unfortunately for us, this is really awkward, because now we're not going to get back up here in time to be the defender in the mountains again. That retreat was so far. I wanted to retreat just down to about here, but unfortunately, that's not what the option was. So we're going to have to fight them more like here. This is a fairly bad situation for us, but we at least do have some defenses here. So we'll see how this goes. It goes well. Okay, so we win this battle. That's a very good sign. That is a very good sign. Okay. So that battle's over. Now we can come up here and siege this back nice and quickly. This has been such an awkward war. So many things have gone in such a weird way at this point. We could emerge from seclusion at this point, and I'm thinking about doing it, but I think we'll hold off for now. So I'm going to grab here, and now we're just going to go on an offensive spree, because they are going to have a very hard time dealing with us now that they've lost that battle. So we're going to hop over here. We're going to grab some extra war score. We've got our ticking war score back, and he's trying to head back down here again. Understood. I'm not sure we care. I'm thinking we just stay up here and siege. We're at 85 right now, and this could theoretically end the war when we get the full county up here. Went down to 80, apparently. Noted. Ah, they got this siege. Okay. So they're down at Madurai, and that puts us at 94 at this moment. Now, these are not particularly strong castles, and that's understood. But we're able to siege this pretty quickly. We're at 95, and I think we're on pace to win the war with this siege. So let's just wrap this up once and for all. Okay, war's over. We enforce those demands, we disband our troops. And the plague is gone from our land as well, so let's go ahead and emerge from seclusion. There we go, and we apparently are not isolating our capital, so that's fine. So we've got this territory up over here, which of course we do not want to hold ourselves. We're going to grant that out, and we're going to start increasing control over there. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to continue to work on bumping up our war elephants. So that's up to size 10 at this moment, and then we're going to want to attack this fine gentleman right here. He cannot win this. This is going to be an easy war for us. Easy war, easy life. We're going to raise our troops up, and we're going to head in, but it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to take this over and probably make a claim on the kingdom, because we will be eligible to do so. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Spock, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.